Hey guys, Tate from Florida here. Got an interesting find out here off of Silver Lake. We were out canoeing today, and we not actually on the main river. We took a turn off the river onto another part of the river, I guess, and we came across kind of an interesting find here. I believe this is either from an old movie set or as maybe a tour boat or something would go by here from Silver Springs. You know, they have the glass bottom boats here, but they may have had tour boats here. So we ran across these things here. Here is a old device that used to pan for gold. And there's even a larger one. And if you notice, everything is close to the river here, so as the boats would go by, they could see the actors or people portraying reenactments or, you know, whatever have you. And then there's just some other things here. I'm not sure what these boxes are, but there's some old barrel rings here. But the interesting stuff is yet to come down here. And there's all of these. Now keep in mind, these are all facades. There's no backs to these. So once again, as you're coming up the river or down river, either way, and keep in mind, this is not the main river. This is not the main Silver River. This is next to the Silver River. But so as you'd go by, let's walk down the river here. So there's the river. So if you're in a boat and you go by, these look like little mini cabins, little mini Indian huts or whatever you want to call them. Some even have some little symbols on them. And if you notice, you walk around the back, there's nothing there. So it's just a facade on the front. So it gives the appearance from the river that these are old little cabins or whatever. There's even an old shovel. And this one here has an old smoking pipe. So as we continue to go down here, past all these cabins, or whatever these actually are supposed to be, you can see there's some old furs hanging on some of the outside the buildings. Give you a little glance back this way real quick. The sun's setting down, but okay. So now as you keep walking this way, keep in mind we're still next to the river. You come across the Silver River Trading Post. Once again, this is a facade. There's nothing behind it. I'm going to very carefully stand up on this thing. And there's the river, so you could actually... There's our canoe there. So once again, I see as the boats came down this other side of the river, then they could wave at people or whatever they did here. We're not really sure if this was from a movie or if this was from a tour, if you will. So you go back behind the trading post here and you can see, look, it's empty. So it's just a facade. Now there is a building back there that is a lot newer, and it held some sort of livestock. I'm not sure what type, but probably one of the most interesting features of this out here. Once again, let me show you. Glance there. There's the trading post on the other side, and there's the offshoot of the Silver River that goes by it. As you come around the other bend of this river, or, well, yeah, it's still part of the Silver River, but it's not the main part. You have and I picked the wrong way to cut through here, as usual. If anybody wants to share with me what they think this might be, or if they know what it is, please go ahead and add a post up here, add a comment. But look at this. This is a fort. So once again, there's the river, and actually you can see through the trees over there, and actually you can see Silver River on the other side. This is a fort, or it's supposed to make it look like a fort. Okay, because if you notice, and once again, I don't want to put a date on this thing because we don't know when this is from, but we know it's not from the early or late 1800s when Silver Springs was first built. And the reason we do know that much is if you go inside this facade of a fort, the centerpiece there is to make it look like from the river that it's a two-story fort. Okay, but see this lumber here? This is at least post 1940s. So anyways, so there you have it. Off the beaten river, so to speak, instead of off the beaten path. Off the beaten river here in Silver Springs. If you're ever paddling, canoe, kayaking, whatever, on Silver River, you might want to take some of the side parts of the river. I'm just saying. And you might just run across this really neat find.